little bit of a different setup than I'm used to. But we're live. Hello, everybody. We're live yet again. It's a stream once again. Today we're doing it a day early, so I don't know if we're gonna be messing up anyone's schedules or something with the stream. But you know, end of summer plans and all that. So gotta do it a day early. And today is a very special episode because we have a very long dungeon to go through, and then some really good story stuff. Granted, it's a very, very long dungeon, and we only have about, I don't know, I'd say until 10 p.m., 10:30 maybe, because that's when I go to bed. That's when I like to get my Z's in and my reading in, which I've been doing good with. I'll talk about some books later maybe. Yeah, so we're going to get through basically as much as we can. It's going to be a whole big dungeon. There is some cutscenes in the midst of it, some lore. But let me type out this tweet and we'll just get it right going. I'm also not on camera, but I can be. What's up, gamers? I should probably take my hair down. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. It's fine. It's a gamer's day, you know. We're gaming. As long as we're here, we're gaming. Let's see. Yeah. We are live with more Xillia right now. Come hang out. And then we'll put the little link there. Do you guys like the thumbnail? I'm obsessed with monochrome now. All my thumbnails now will be just this monochrome cyan. I think I really like it. I'm a big, big fan of it. Alright, so I best also share the stream around. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. Alright, gamers. Let's get into it. I always forget that it actually plays the Mila version of the opening. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Let's... Alright, there we go. I'm like, I can hit the button. Oh! We have an audio issue. I need to take this out and put it in the other one. There we go. Now we should be perfect. I just need to get it situated on my screen. Like the last stream, I don't really know how many people are going to be hanging out in the chat, so I'm leaving the chat off the stream for now. But first for the channel, we actually have a donation link. I set up a Ko-fi account. We have a link in the description if anyone wants to support the show. If they want. I'm not trying to e-beg or anything. I just felt like I should probably try that out. I don't even know if the link works currently, so I mean, whoever decides to donate first, they'll be our little test subject, I suppose. And just to note that all funds will just be going to me, and They will definitely have an effect on the show, but it won't be a direct effect. So keep that in mind if you're considering. Won't be a direct effect. A lot of that's going in my savings. I just want to be as upfront as possible. Let's actually get in the game and handle this long ass dungeon. I'm trying to think, is there any like news to catch up on? Is there any like big epic news? I don't know. One thing I've been doing recently, a little like quality of life thing for myself, is I've just been removing all social media from my phone. And that's been a lot of fun, because I look at my phone and there's just like literally nothing to do other than read manga. Like, I look at my phone, I have like messages, but if I don't have anything to respond to, or any messages that I want to send, I'm just like, damn, I guess I could read more Free Run. And Free Run's great. I've been reading it for like a couple days now, but I've gone through like 10-15 chapters past where the anime is. I still like it. It goes back to being much more episodic. At the end there, at least for the anime, it had like the Wizard Tournament arc, which was like 18 episodes. It was the longest arc in the series. Most of the anime was just like one-offs. That's why I always called it Fantasy Seinfeld, because I mean it's vaguely similar. I wonder if I could get more into that. Think about that one a little harder. Let's watch this cutscene.
What is this?
It's called a radio.
I wish I had like a little audio interface.
Communicate far distances.
We captured one of the intruders. Deploy all combat personnel immediately.
Whoa, we can talk!
What do you... You're talking to? You can't do this. I'm not losing.
Sounds like Ivor got caught. Should we rescue him?
He's fucking things up again.
Only after we finished everything else.
What's happening?
A great number of spirits have perished again.
Sounds like they used the Lance of Kresnik again. We have to hurry.
Jameson. Lesson 1 in Video James. There's gonna be a lot of battles, just a lot of battles. I was thinking of Free Run. Yeah, just fun. I could potentially spoil some things. I mean, it's not much to spoil, but I like the developments they're going with. And it is like just nice to have like such a laid back series. Like, I feel like it can be a bit dull sometimes. Not in a bad way. Definitely not in a bad way. I'm glad that people like it as much as... I'm glad that it's popular, because I feel like you wouldn't expect it to be sometimes, because like it's very subdued, it's very slow. That's really its greatest strength, in my opinion. We've got more cutscenes. More cutscenes than I remember.
I thought this was a battleship. No. The ESS Zenithra was a cruise ship that plied Olympias oceans. It ended up here 20 years ago when part of the schism ruptured.
Wait a minute. That's when the Olympian army broke through the schism.
They did what?
How could they break through from Olympias without the Lance of Kresnik?
I don't know the details.
The original Lance of Kresnik was developed by the Olympian army.
What do you know about it?
Oh, this is a really good shot. They got tracking
much more.
shots.
I know the current Lance of
Goes on
Kresnik
for
was
a
modeled
really
after it.
long time too.
And your people made it because they wanted spirits.
Olympias is a world built on and developed around Spyrix. They're the foundation of our entire civilization.
Why can't you find a different foundation for your civilization?
I bet all Olympia's people are big fat lying barbarians just like Alvin.
Damn, is Tipo
Not a
racist?
barbarian as well as a liar. It's not as simple as just giving up Spyrixes for some
Holy
other
shit.
technology.
I can't believe you would do that.
We're not like you. We don't have mana lobes.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
Bro.
We can't wield spirit arts. We lack the ability to manipulate mana.
So you use Spyrixes instead.
Womp womp.
Exactly.
They're just built worse. I was sitting here like twiddling my thumbs. I was like, I can't check Twitter. I can't look at my second monitor and check Twitter. I refuse. I haven't been using it that much recently. And I don't have it on my phone in any capacity at all. But I do want to, I don't know, this is fucking stupid. But I was like, oh, I need to get my fidget, which is just a mic stand. So I just have the mic stand oriented like this, and it has a little spinny thing. So I just like spin it. It's a fidget, but it's super practical because it literally just, it's a stand for this mic when it's not on the arm. And this is the one you see in all the videos, all the protagonist and protagonist. Actually, I don't have this on protagonist, but on the protagonist videos, this is the one. New protagonist video tomorrow, by the way. I won't be on camera, but I'm very excited about it. I recorded it quite a while ago, and then I finally recorded the B-roll for it and edited it. I teased it on Twitter, so anyone who's seen the tweet already knows what it is. But I'm gonna be a little hush hush. It's about a manga series. I'll say that much. One of my favorites and quite old one. Excited to release that. I think I scheduled it, so it'll be out around like 12:30 p.m. EST.
Damn it. They put up barrier bars.
Ooh, pretty.
Careful. Touch one and you'll be sliced in two.
Can he go through them though?
What should we do?
Is he impervious?
We've energized the barrier bars in the central sector. However, we're having trouble activating them in other sectors. What? Is something wrong with the generators? Negative. Both generators are functioning normally. The malfunction must lie elsewhere. We can't disengage the central barrier bars. Use every available soldier to guard the port and starboard generators. Defend them with your lives. Yes, sir.
Good timing.
It appears these bars will disappear if we disable the generators on the port and starboard sides. Okay, let's find them.
Alright, here we go. I don't know if I have much more to say about this. Definitely, I will comment on how I said it's kind of dull. Before I was reading Frieren, I was reading a bit of Haikyuu. And that series is very dull. Because there's like no drama in it. The worst thing that can like feasibly happen in a sports series, at least nowadays, in a post-slam dunk world, in a shonen sports series, the only like bad thing that could possibly happen is like the seniors graduate and the main characters can't play with them anymore. But the seniors always suck. Like the seniors in Haikyuu are like the worst characters. Sorry to anyone who likes those characters. I know they're out there. Let me turn down the game audio. Yeah, so I think I got I got to after like a training arc, and then they were gonna go play a game, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this for a while. It's a series that I want to finish. Like I wanna read all of it eventually. It's just like long and kind of boring. It's simply the fate I've chosen for myself. speaking of fate, I didn't even hit anyone there. Bro, bro, she can't even.
We were so awesome.
Celebrity, please.
I don't know if I talked about X-Men, but I'm reading some old X-Men comics as well. It's been my other comic endeavors. I've been reading a lot of books recently. I'm on a book kick currently. I'm reading Peak Slop Fiction, otherwise known as Certain Magical Index. It's honestly like, it's not even that bad. In terms of like the light novels that I've read, they're all like pretty bad, but Index New Testament is like, the first book is like a whatever story, but like I'm engaged, I'm following it, I'm enjoying it. Oh god, where did this warp me to? Am I supposed to be here? It doesn't make me want to put it down in frustration like every 2 pages like Mushoku Tensei did. But I do sometimes have to put it down. Just because light novels in general are like really amateurly written. So it can get frustrating sometimes. But I'm enjoying it well enough. I'm going to read Nier Automata, long story short, next, which I have started in the past, but did I accidentally go all the way? Did I? I think I just went in a big circle. I don't know, the light novel hierarchy is weird because they're kind of bad. Like all of them. So, I don't know how much I have to say on those. Index is a fucking crazy series. Maybe one day I'll do a video about it. Or maybe I'll,
There's still more? How big is this stupid boat?
maybe I'll talk about it on a video. Maybe I'll do a video about the New Testament book. But there's only one book that I'm reading right now. So I don't know. The protagonist isn't even in that one. He like shows up later. He disappears. For anyone that doesn't know, the first saga, I guess you would say, of the Index series ends with literal World War III happening. So it's pretty absurd. But the protagonist disappears at the end of that arc. So he's not in the first book of the second part. There's also just the thing that's really just terrible about light novels is there's so many of them. Like a series. Well, I mean, Index is a great example because it's just absolutely excessive. They had the original Index series, which went for 22 volumes, which is already too many. That's already like a lot for like a novel series. They're not long, but still, it's just stupid, in my opinion, to have that many books. That's just, you should have just made them longer. But then they continued it. They made 22 more books. And now they're still continuing it. Like, they're still coming out. So, I don't know who the hell is reading all those, but it sure as hell ain't gonna be me.
The beauty link. Beauty? Oh, this is so embarrassing.
You're more like the beast.
That wasn't.
And way more series than you'd think do that. Light novels kind of act on that model. They keep resetting from volume 1. They have like a sequel series or like a second part, and they just don't end. So I really don't see myself trying to read many more light novels in my day. I do have some light novel series that I like. I like the Monogatari books a lot. I will continue those. Last one I read was which ones have I read? I've read all 3 Bakemonogatari books. I've read Kizumonogatari. They're tongue twisters sometimes. I have read one of the Nekomonogataris. I don't know which one it is. It's the one that is the beginning of season 2, because protagonist, it's Neko. Oh my god, Neko in the stream chat. That's crazy. Being chased by these old men. Well, they're wearing masks. I don't know how old they are. What was I saying? The endless slop. Oh yeah, so the Monogatari series has some like weird release discrepancies. Like, not all the books came out in English when they should have. And then they did audiobooks, but they also did those out of order, and it was like a different order. So I've listened to all the audiobooks, I can say that much. And then the next one I'm gonna read is Nisei Monogatari Part 1. That's all I can say about that series. I have watched the Nisei Monogatari anime, but I don't remember a goddamn thing about it. There's a guy called Kaiki, and people like him. I don't know, he was like a con artist. I guess he was a cool character, I guess. I don't really remember much about it. That's the, wait, no. I watched that a long time ago, now that I think about it. That's the one with the toothbrush scene where he like brushes his sister's teeth. I don't know why. Couldn't remember why. I remember I was staying up late that night because I was staying up late because I had to wake up early for surgery. So I decided to just stay up for as long as I possibly could. So then I would just wake up and be sleepy so I could go to the surgery and just like sleep. That was a number of years ago. That was when I was about 17, so the people who know of the surgery I had when I was 17, they know the lore. They know the lore. I'm just pointing it out for people that know the lore. If they're like, oh, that was that time. So yeah, I remember that night I finished. I think I finished 2 series. I think I finished JoJo Part 4, and I finished Nisei Monogatari. I guess I was watching them at the same time. I used to do that a lot. I used to watch things at the same time. What the fuck? I'm confused and appalled. Turned around. I think I finished them. Maybe I just watched a lot of them. It was a long night, I guess. So I don't know. What was I doing? I think that was around the time. If you want to know more Kevin lore, what does it say? You know all my wild. Yeah, Neko has maybe the most insane lore we've seen. We don't need to go into it, but if I ever needed a spokesperson for why I should never use Grinder, not that I was like, well, you know, maybe if I was desperate I would have used it, but I've never been that desperate. Anyways, basically, if I ever needed a spokesperson for why not to use Grinder, then Neko's my guy. You know, I have seen things you people wouldn't believe. I'm sure. I'm sure. Although as I say that, I think I'm making myself out to be a greater man than I am, because I have used other dating apps in the past and they were horrible. So I just have sworn off that entire world as a whole. But Grindr's definitely a someplace I'll never go. I'm being so shit right now. God damn it. I can't finish my fucking move. Bro, come on. I am a spokesperson to stay away from Grindr, yes. Oh, I was thinking of other things that happened when I was 17. So, I broke a TV when I was playing Luigi's Mansion. I was on a Discord call with a friend and I was playing Luigi's Mansion. I was fighting Boolossus, if anyone knows, famous Luigi's Mansion 2001 GameCube game. I was fighting a boss known only as Boolossus. I was getting very frustrated. It was genuinely a hard boss, but I was playing up my frustrations because I was hanging out with my friend on a Discord call. And I decided, you know, as was like a running gag for me and this person, I decided to throw my controller. Now, we had thrown controllers in the past. We'd thrown some controllers in my basement, my old house. But what I didn't realize is that when you throw a third-party GameCube Wavebird controller directly at the ground, the laws of gravity send that thing right back up. Like, it hits the ground, it goes right back up. And let's just say I didn't appreciate where it went. And this was right before Death Stranding came out as well. So I had to start Death Stranding on a shitty old TV. And then I got a new TV. Genuinely, and then I got a new TV. Like a week later. So I was very fortunate to get a new TV. And I've had that since 2019. So, what can I say? I can't be too mad at myself or Boolossus, I suppose. Granted, I've never beaten Luigi's Mansion for that reason. Boolossus defeated me IRL, therefore I could never beat that game. But maybe one day, maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know. Luigi's Mansion 3. Wait, Luigi's Mansion 3, that'll be $49.99 plus tax. That's fucking expensive. That game's like old as shit. Switch games. I perish the idea of like how expensive a Switch game is these days. God damn it. I'm trying to dunk on this guy. Oh, come on, baby. Fuck. Anyways. I was like, wait, what was the last Switch game I bought? I got Unicorn Overload. What do we got here? Nintendo Switch HD version. Oh yeah, fucking Dark Moon. Saw your newest vid a little bit ago from YouTube Rex. Pretty good. Looking forward to what you talk about next. Thank you. I worked very hard and way too long on that video. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it's doing very well. As for what I'm doing next, I'm very excited. I'm only in the writing process right now. I said it in the video. I'm doing Xenoblade 2. I'm very excited about Xenoblade 2. I'm still in the writing process. I have like 14 pages right now. And it's probably going to get quite a bit meatier. Which I'm excited for. Because I want to make longer videos. The funny thing is I want to make longer videos and I want to make them in a shorter period of time. But given that I am taking care of myself, I think I can do that. I think I can make that happen. And now that, I mean, people like the videos. Like, I have a genuine good reason to be doing this. It's not just me talking into like, what the hell? Okay. It's not just me doing random stuff and no one watching it in like 2021 or something, I don't know. Like, when did I start? This channel actually started in 2018. Some more lore. The history of protagonists, goddamn. So yeah, I'm in the writing process right now. I'm writing 2 videos. Xenoblade 2 is gonna be the first video out. And the next video, I haven't said anything about it yet, so I won't comment on it. It is a series I've talked about before. It's a new installment in a previously mentioned series. Granted, there's only a few things that could be, but, you know, I'll keep it up to your interpretation. I'm very excited about both those videos. I'm going on a trip to the beach, so hopefully I'll get a lot of writing done. There, that's where I plan to do most of my writing. But I wrote a little bit today, and I'll probably write a little bit tomorrow. God damn it. Bro can get on this box, but he can't move it any. Bruh. Let's see. Big fan of long-form game commentary. There's a lot of people that talk about games, but not as many long-form wise. I like seeing newer budding creators. Okay. I don't know if my videos are long-form yet. I don't know if I want them to be too long-form though. The one that might end up being really long is Xenoblade 3, because I'm not going to... Xenoblade 3 video, basically, since I'm doing 2 right now, I haven't started production of 3 yet. Basically, my first playthrough of 3, I recorded the entire game. I recorded all my gameplay. But I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna run it back for the video, and I'm going to make it the, I'm gonna make it the most video it could possibly be. I don't need to remind you, probably, but pace yourself, yeah. I think my biggest reference would be K-Bash. Hell yeah. Big K-Bash fan. Huge fan of K-Bash. Yeah, he does cover entire series in one vid, which I've thought about doing that. My okay, not to spoil too much, but a video I am working on is 2 games. Well, actually, 2 videos I'm working on is technically 2 games. One is shorter. The other one is 2 full games, but they come as a package. I almost did that for these games, Xillia and Xillia 2. I don't know when that was. I think the planning of that was like before I even hit my stride, like before the Xenoblade video, like before all that. What was I thinking? Yeah, so I don't know if I'll do that. I'm definitely very much inspired by K-Bash. I really love what he does. And I think about that a lot. But I definitely don't want to leave everyone hanging for another 6 months. So I'll definitely try to get it out before then. Maybe I need to go like way back. I knew this dungeon was long, but I didn't know it was like this confusing. Let's see. I'm using the second channel as a place where I can just get thoughts out quickly. Because I've noticed a resurgence in what I would call lower budget YouTube. Not that YouTubers have like budgets. Some of them do. Some of them have budgets. Some of them have production teams, like crazy stuff like that. But I'm seeing a resurgence in the kind of videos where it's just some normal ass person, like not an influencer, not like a, I don't know, not even playing a character. 'Cause I play a character, essentially. It's not like, I don't really play a character as much as like Scott the Waz or AVGN or like, kind of more of like PBG, I guess. I'm just a more goofy me. And sometimes I say things I wouldn't say normally. But there's a resurgence in these videos where it's just some normal person talking about games they like. And I really like that. Like, recently, there was, some of my friends recommended this girl that just talked about, like, Donkey Kong Country 2. And I found her... I didn't finish the Donkey Kong Country video. I watched, like, 2 seconds of it. But I found her because she was talking about, like, old game elitism. Which is something I haven't really thought about. Because I am kind of that. I'm kind of an old game elitist. But I remember that back when I was a big anime fan, there was a lot of toxicity like that. There's a lot of people who are like, you should watch Lupin the Third from 1972. If you don't, you're kind of cringe. And I definitely, as a teenager, I definitely was a part of that kind of toxic behavior online, on forums, on ancient forums. Ancient forums that I was still using. Because I thought I was just cool like that. But really, it was this lamest thing I could possibly do. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool creators out there. Another one that doesn't make content like this anymore, but has plenty of re-uploads is Jordan Underneath. Dude, you're naming a content creator that I love a lot. His videos are dripping with personality. I love a healthy mix of quality. Just a dude. Fair, I'm very Gen 6 prone still. Yeah, I'm kind of like... Right now, I'm really into the 5th gen. Because I'm playing Xenogears. And like, I feel like every week, I find a new PS1 game that I'm like, that looks like the coolest game ever. Like, fucking like... What's that game? Thousand Arms? There's like a JRPG dating sim by Atlas on the PS1. And I do have a lot of reverence for the 6th and 7th gen. I think this is 7th gen. I think the PS3 is my favorite console. But thing is, saying that is also understanding that the very first PS3 could like fully play every PS1 and PS2 game. Because it has like perfect PS1 emulation, other than, you know, whether you're using like a CRT or something. And then it also has the original PS3, not the Slim that I've always had. The PS3 I've never had literally just the Emotion engine on it, so it was like running PS2 games on a hardware level. It wasn't emulating them. So that's just nuts to me to point out. Another goodie is Kodelka. Okay. This person in the chat is like literally in my brain because I downloaded Kodelka very recently because that game looks awesome. Super short but really high quality. That's the thing about Kodelka. For people that don't know, it is apparently not a very long game, but it has 4 discs because apparently it has like a lot of FMV. It's like fully voiced. Video James, AOKC in chat. Yeah, so I really want to play that, and I'm kind of like, I am right now. I don't know which Final Fantasy I'm going to play next. I know I'm going to play a Final Fantasy game after I finish Xenogears. That's the plan. But I don't know which one. I'm caught up. There's a few I'm caught up between. And they're all very high fantasy. Like some FF games are kind of high fantasy. But the ones that I want to play right now are Tactics 9 and 12. I don't know which one to do first. But I absolutely adore the aesthetic of all of those games. Let's see. How the freaking heck do I get anywhere in this? Could be Tactics. I've been putting Tactics, like, on the back burner for years now. Every single year. Why FF Tactics again? FF Tactics is known to have one of the best stories in gaming. And it is basically... it is a gritty, dark Final Fantasy game with, like, political intrigue. And it has, just... Not only was it written by Yasumi Matsuno, who's a very well-respected author, writer in games, but it also has a very interesting translation in the War of the Lions, like the PSP remaster. Because they took it from very matter-of-fact translation to like an elevated Shakespearean dialect, and some of the lines in that game are just like crazy. So I'm very interested in the story, and apparently it's great. People are really big fans of that game. Let's see. This says, I think my favorite part of game commentary, especially now, is that I'm a game dev. Is that you get to hear perspectives from players that take the time to absorb the game in a way that most fans don't. Yeah, I feel like game literacy has evolved in a really good way, because I've realized that early commentary, early review, kind of ass. Like, Nostalgia Critic, that's the only one I'm going to name by name, but there's like, funnily enough, AVGN, the OG, and still, you know, one of the GOATs, basically. He made great videos, but he wasn't really a critic back in the day. And, like, I haven't really watched some of his videos about, you know, maybe games that I care about. I still haven't watched this Majora's Mask one. I thought about turning it on in the background today while I was working, but I realized that it was more akin to a feature film than a YouTube video, so I am saving that one, because I feel like I actually have to sit down and watch it and pay attention. I feel like people have had issues with his criticisms. But AVGN just feels like a show. There's 2x speed, baby. Recently, I feel like a lot of people know what they're talking about. And I haven't seen that with other mediums. Like, there's a reason that I purposefully stay away from like anime content online, because I just don't see that same level of sophistication as I do in games. It's hard to put into words, actually, now that I think about it, but like anime content creators just like go into works of art with a very different mindset than a lot of game content. Oh, excuse me. Than a lot of game content creators that I watch. I have to put that one on there. Like, if you even just take my videos and take Nishquick's recent Final Fantasy and Xenoblade videos, and take our podcast on Xenoblade together, like, the things that we talk about are just not the kind of things you used to hear in games commentary and criticism. Like, we talk about, like, the things that interest us are different. That's basically all I can say. I don't know how to quantify it. I barely know how to describe it. But I like seeing the shift in interest, because I think it leads to better commentary. And, like, what people back in the day were so dismissive. I don't know, something must have been in the water. They were like, this game, oh yeah, okay, here's something we can get into. So back in the day, there used to be a very big pushback on games being different. They're like, this game is different from the last one, therefore it's worse, and therefore I give it a scathing review. Why the fuck is she petrified? Name a specific example. I'm gonna name a really bad example because it's not a good game, but Sonic 06. Sonic 06 deserves a lot of criticism. But back in the day, people criticized it for very strange reasons. They were like, oh, the continuity doesn't work with Shadow, and they're like, fucking, what's the other one? I don't know. There's some, like, there was a specific one, but I think it's lost on me. Pee pee poo poo game for real. Yeah, there's like things different, continuity different, gameplay's different. But I've seen people be much more charitable, even on that game specifically. Which is funny because I mean I like appreciating bad art. It's fun sometimes when that bad art is like innocent enough. The animal is kissing a grill. True, that did happen. Yes, that did happen. that could be criticized. I don't know. I would have to do research to say like something actually significant about this topic. But I really like that creators like K-Bash and a few other ones. There's one that there's just one channel that they made a video called like Why Nier Automata is the best game ever made. And they did a Splatoon retrospective thing. And it was like one of the most beautiful videos I've ever watched. They just talked about Splatoon and then they went into like this big it's like semi-personal diatribe about like growing up and how they've grown up with Splatoon. And did you see the AI upscaled Wind Waker Space World thing? Oh, I saw that a long time ago. But yeah, that's cool. I think it's because people have relaxed more with age and bad games commonly considered to be funny now. Bad games are funny for real, for real. Yes, they are. I also very much appreciate when creators go into themes, deeper themes of games, their interpretations of said themes, and even reference like the philosophy that informs those themes and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in doing with my videos. I hope I do a good job. And it's kind of just like this elevated way of thinking about the world and stuff. Like even like I think we're seeing more complex worldviews be more popular because Northern Lion is a thing. Like I don't know, something about like I've watched a lot of Northern Lion clips and he talks in a way that YouTubers just didn't used to talk. Like if Northern Lion uploaded in like 2007, either he would get no views or people would be like hard like attacking him for thinking too much or something like that. I don't know.
How do you disable one of these things?
It takes a gentle touch.
Playing games to enjoy them is nice. Yeah, I feel like one thing that you said that stuck with me actually was that sometimes critique isn't the way. Sometimes you must be in the appraisal of media. And I like that. There's a channel called Thor High Heels that I quite like as well. And he literally says, he's like, I'm not a critic. I'm an enjoyer. They just enjoy like everything. That's the person that made the Sonic 06 video. They're like, Sonic 06 actually pretty good though. Because they just like everything. And I love that style. They made a very, very insightful video. Really something interesting to think about how design senses are changing in video games. It was about Like a Dragon 8 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And it was all about how games are getting longer and more feature rich and games are becoming more games. Like the medium is growing up and it's like coming into its own even in like this, even in the modern day. Let's see. Another really cool perspective I haven't seen tapped yet or not heavily, is someone with traditional fundamental game dev knowledge. Oh yeah, like level design, strategies based, and how they differ between games. I guess Game Maker's Toolkit is that. I haven't watched too much of them. Definitely exists. Not like. I don't know many channels that do that, but it's an interesting thing. I'm definitely in like. I feel like my main thing that I talk about in my videos is the writing of games, because I kind of just like. I kind of come at games as literary works. I don't know if that sounds pretentious to anyone, but it's kind of how I see it. One of my other favorite channels is Resident Arc, which they literally just like do literary analysis of video games. So that's kind of like my perspective going into a lot of things, and like with a lot of my writing. And I play a lot of games that are like basically text, like director's commentary tracks, but for games. There are some of those actually. I think like some old Naughty Dog ones, or like Crash Bandicoot and the Jack and Daxter games. Like you can literally find dev commentaries and interviews and stuff. Those are pretty cool. Discussions on lighting, their surface and locations instead of others. They cover aspects, but never break down through the games being discussed as the focus. Okay. I don't know where I'm going, to be honest. I shut down one of the things. There's another thing I need to shut down. Let me think. I have a thunk in my noggin. Oh my. Okay, I have to take this teleporter to the other side. Completely lost what I was thinking of. I really liked that Thor High Heels video though. Like I'm kind of thinking of like the content that I don't like. I am I'm not a huge fan of like streamer content. I mean, some of them are probably okay. I like the big three, Northern Lion, Germa, and Vinny. I like them a lot. Watch them. I haven't watched too much Vinny, but I want to watch more of them. I've just been all on the Northern Lion, Germa train recently. I like those kinds of streamers. Connor Dog. I haven't really like. I need to check out more of his videos recently. He's done like Final Fantasy Let's Plays and stuff. Like those are probably worth checking out. I don't watch that stuff all the time. I like documentary style stuff like Chris Broad, stuff like that. I have issues with a lot of movie YouTubers. I don't know. When I have like my movie channels. Like Red Letter Media, Mr. Sunday Movies, Cosmonaut, Marcus. Those are my movie channels. If there's a movie video by any other person, I'm probably not going to watch it because I don't know, something about it's the same thing with the anime thing. It's like I just don't like what people have to say sometimes. No IHE. I just haven't watched IHE in a while. Which is funny because IHE came from that era of just like hating on things, but he was so good at it, and he did it for things that deserved it. But my favorite IHE videos are the ones where he just talks about things he likes. Those are always my favorite ones. Even when he's kind of still shitting on it. Because, like, Destiny. Like, he likes Destiny. But he has a lot to criticize about it. But those are my favorite videos that he's made. Because it's something he's genuinely passionate about. It's like, those like, 13 Reasons Why videos are like, oh, they get, like, tiresome. But I love when he genuinely, likes a topic. Talks about it. Let's see, I need to catch up on some chat. It's a scenario where you can find resources about fundamentals. May find information that leads. May find information from leads of dev teams, but you don't see it from fans of games that learn it and how to break it down. I'm looking forward to seeing someone go that route. Yeah, that would be very interesting. Mr. Gigi's a pretty good one, but he's more generalist creator. I don't think I know this person. Look up their channel. Huh. I think I've seen them talking about some movie stuff. Madam Web. Yeah, I really love the how do I even say, YouTubers that are like just a guy but strangely really popular, like Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, like these guys that, well, they came from like Vine specifically, like them. But they'll make videos on whatever, whenever, and like, I don't know, it just like hits every time. And that's the kind of thing, I think that Drew Gooden's media critique videos are some of the best I've seen. Because his perspective is just like, I don't know, it's more full, because he's not in any deep fandoms or communities, maybe. Because like sometimes you see like a Star Wars video and they're like really getting into minutia and stuff, and like they could still make a good video. I'm gonna pop off on this guy for no reason. They could still make a good video, but I just feel like whenever have you seen Drugan's vid on good acting? Yes. I think that was a couple years ago, but yeah, I watched that. I specifically remember, because the beach trip I'm about to go on is an annual trip. I specifically remember watching that video about 2 years ago. 2 years ago? I think I was watching The Boys at the time, so it was probably 2 years ago. On that trip. I specifically remember watching that video. Very good video. Wendigoon. I don't know Wendigoon. Madam Web needs a director's commentary. Hell yeah. But his videos are good. Wendigoon. You know what video? I don't watch this person, but I really liked. It was Casey's recommendation. Papa Meat's video about Doctor Strange. Wendigoon. This looks crazy. I mostly watch game stuff. Oh yeah, I'm on my main channel now. I went to my subscriptions and I was like, oh, it's all my friends. But that's because I'm on my main channel where I think I only subscribe to my friends. I'm like, hey, it's Archery. Archery did upload today. Or like, yeah, today. Or yesterday. Basically, I think all this is to say that I like unique perspectives and worldviews that feel, I don't know. The term I want to use is like full. Because we talk about this a lot, but like in like anime YouTube, I don't feel like they have a full view on like the media experience. I feel like a lot of them just watch anime and they just talk about anime. And so like they form echo chambers, they get into like these groups of thought, they rarely question public opinion. I don't know. There's just like, I feel like there are some movies like some movie YouTubers like that, but I didn't like them very much, so I didn't watch them. I only watched the ones I like. So. Where the hell am I going? Am I supposed to be going this way? Am I going? Yeah, it's not common for the... Wait. Another film and now TV creator I love is Kenny DJ. She also a really good musical artist. It's not common for them, at least the ones I've seen, to delve particularly deep into any given subject. Yeah, I'm kind of, I haven't watched any videos about freerun, which I talked about earlier, because I can just imagine the things that they would say, and I feel like, because when you judge something like freerun, I feel like you must judge it on the same level as other distinguished fantasy works, and not as like an anime. So they're gonna make like anime jokes, but really it's like, I don't think those are applicable because I think you should be talking, or they're gonna compare it to like Lord of the Rings or something. Where the more substantial thing that I came out of freerun was that it's very much in the styling of D&D, because it's about the journey and the world is secondary. The world kind of exists outside of the journey and the characters that you're mainly following. That's the short version. I can go more into that because I kind of like blew my own mind when I was thinking about it. I coined a term intrinsic and extrinsic lore, which I'm sure someone's written about, just based on the way that I started to think about it. But I would totally like go into that. I might make a video about that. Comedy channels are pretty great, but kind of a shame YouTube mostly promotes those more specific type of commentary channels that are pushed a bit to the side. The most pretentious thing I have ever heard at Protagonist. Oh no! It's intrinsic and extrinsic lore. I can go into it. I'm just excited about it. Comedy channels are pretty good. Man carrying thing, of course, the goat. Hey, it's the same cutscene.
Return to the central hall.
Wait till you've had 2-hour-long meeting on diegetic and non-diegetic UI. Yeah. Diegetic UI is pretty fun, but I feel like it's oof. That's the thing is, as well as I went to school, or I have one semester left, for film. So I have all the things you learn in film school. And sometimes I think, like, is there someone watching this video that's just gonna like not know what I'm talking about when I say like mise en scene or diegetic, or I feel like the term diegetic has been much more well known recently. But when I first heard it like 10 years ago in a YouTube video, and they explained what it was in the video. It was so like underused that they explained the term. The one that was bad, the one that was like, I feel like semi missing the mark of, you know, art and stuff, and just like stupid and overused, was 10 years ago. Like they would say like cognitive dissonance, or what was it, ludonarrative dissonance? Yeah, that. Oh boy. that was basically a big headache. You can tell from context most of the time with terms. Yeah, definitely. Or the speaker emotionally conveys it. Yeah. What the fuck now? Yeah, we don't need to get into ludonarrative dissonance. Although I will say, with the topic of like critiquing other YouTubers, which I'd say we would get away from right now, the worst is definitely like CinemaSins. And Cosmonaut even made fun of this at some point. He was like, people made fun of these movies for having plot holes, and people thought that having plot holes was a bad thing. The internet made them think that. Cause yeah, that was a thing that kind of came out of like 2000s YouTube, was like, they were like, man, plot hole equals bad. Last of Us 2. Yeah, they talked about Last of Us. I don't even know how to spell that. I don't think I do either. I don't think I could spell it either. Yeah, The Last of Us was a thing. I think actually Nakey Jakey talked about that the best, even though his Last of Us 2 video has some very strange takes in it. As someone who's played that game, he says some things in that game that don't make much sense to me, but you know, he's self-aware, at least. He's self-aware. He talks about the goopy goblin gamer brain and like all that stuff. CinemaSins is a clown show for real. Yeah, I haven't watched them recently, but I can only imagine. And then there's just, okay, so I don't know, I haven't rewatched this video. I came up with the best example, and the term that I was thinking of. The thing that poisoned old school YouTube criticism was bad faith criticism. And I feel like the best example of that is fucking Aaron Hansen Egoraptor's review of Ocarina of Time. That's the epitome of everything that was wrong with YouTube games commentary and criticism. And even though it was a well-made video and very funny at the time, it is one of the worst critiques I've ever seen. Okay. That's okay, Donkey's a good example as well. But let me read this. You know what's weird? On the rare occasion that Donkey talks about movies on his channel, he tends to actually make good points. Odd. Yes. I think whenever Donkey has talked about movies, he's like actually literate. But whenever he talks about games, he comes off as the stupidest person I've ever seen. I've got on record saying how much I don't like Donkey. Mainly because he's full of bad faith criticisms. He's mean to creators and fans. And he just lies about shit sometimes. And also, his editing sometimes sucks. I remember in his Yakuza 0 video, he was like, there's some stupid fucking side plots, and while he was saying that, he was showing like a main character. Alright, let's see. His Shining video was really good, but a lot of his game stuff, yeah. I really liked his one about like La La Land from a couple years ago. I haven't watched him in years. I think the last time I watched him was a Xenoblade 3 video, which is absolutely horrible. It's so bad. Genuinely, like, I could analyze that video for like how fucking bad it is. Bruh, remember when people used to complain about side quests in the dark days of the internet? Yeah. I kind of like, because I used to be kind of allergic to side quests as well. I'm like, what the fuck was I on? People are like, oh, side quests, I don't want to do those. There are games with bad side quests, like Final Fantasy 16. But when you play, like, Zelda side quests in any Zelda game, anyone, even the new ones still have great side quests, or like Xenoblade 3 probably the best side quests. Xenoblade 3 is the absolute peak of side quests. Let me go into that for a sec. Xenoblade 3 side quests just feel like more main game. It's almost indistinguishable most of the time. And the way that game's like open world works, you're exploring the world and you'll just stumble across main story content and side quests at like the same rate. It's very, very interesting. Alright, let's see. I'm down with games making what creators perceive as important, as long as it makes sense through the story. Only bad side quest is an escort quest. Am I right, gamers? Yeah. That's another bad faith criticism to point out. I'm down with game ass video games. What's the most video game-ass video game you can think of? OG Ratchet and Clank Quadrology. Very good example. Haven't played those since I was a kid. I don't even know. Actually, I don't know if this counts. My favorite video game is Uncharted 1. Because that game is fucking goofy. It's just, oh my, that game has so much stuff in it where like, it's so of its time, but it's so perfect. I love that game so much. It's like the fucking jet ski scene where like, that would never be in anything. Like that, it's just such a video game. And like the way Nathan Drake jumps, because it was their first like really realistic game, so he still kind of jumps like a cartoon character. And they even had Cartoon Drake, where he's like built like Crash Bandicoot. That game's fucking good. Let's see. Out of the series, I think the sequel becomes Magic Water. Out of the series, I think the sequel becomes Magic Water. Yeah, but to me, Uncharted 1 feels more of a game-ass video game because it wasn't like built up enough. By the time they got to Uncharted 2, it was the brand. They were much more confident. It's much more high quality. It's much more cinematic. It doesn't have that like goofy-ass, dumpy-ass charm. But it's still like, when you get to like Uncharted 4, that's like prestige gaming. Like we've hit a completely different generation. Also, yeah, escort missions. I mean, if it's good, like, what's wrong with it? Like, most of Resident Evil 4 is an escort mission, and that's one of the greatest games ever made. I think there's something to say about, like, echo chambers on both ends. There is echo chambers and contrarianism. I feel like a lot of YouTube content, or there's a lot of content creators out there that will take like unneeded jabs at popular things. I think that's the end of that statement. And okay, and sometimes they'll take unneeded jabs at popular things, and on the other side of it, they will like overhype things, or like, you know, just really go with the court of public opinion. That's one of my biggest criticisms with Scott the Woz, is when he doesn't care about a game or like doesn't want people to get mad at him. Even if it's a game he's literally never played and doesn't care about, he will just give the most basic accepted opinion on that game. He'd be like, yeah, that was a great game that I never played. There's definitely other things I can enjoy. There's definitely things I enjoy about his stuff. I enjoy his stuff quite a lot. He's probably one of my favorite YouTubers. But I have to say, I really dislike whenever he talks about... It's fine if he dislikes something, because he usually would have like a good reason for it. But whenever he talks about games he doesn't care about, I just get so annoyed. Like, I just want to hear him talk about things that he's passionate about. I don't want to hear him talk about fucking triangle strategy because he probably played it for like 2 hours and didn't get like any significant progress done. Every time my buddy plays RE4, he shouts "bitch dumpster" whenever he tells her to hide. Damn. She do go in the dumpster though. That is true. Yeah, that RE4 remake is so good. Just thinking about it, I want to replay it. It was so good. You're not a real gaming YouTuber if you haven't reviewed Intelligence Cube. Oh shit, I guess I have to review Intelligence Cube. Does that make like Cat Icarus the only gaming YouTuber? Like, maybe did Brutal Moose also do that? I think Brutal Moose is like an unsung hero. I don't even know if I'm still subscribed to him. I haven't watched him in so long. But he just makes genuinely quality content all the time. About any topic. Now that I think about it, that may very well be the case. Yeah, that Cat Icarus is the only YouTuber that has ever covered that game. Bro, she fucking died. I'm getting way too comfy with playing this game like so recklessly. Bro needs to be resurrected, dude. He fucking died. Fuck. So, I think gaming YouTube is probably in the best place it's ever been, but like this year some crazy shit's been going down on YouTube. There's been some absolute insane drama on YouTube. Apparently, I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. I was never a Mr. Beast fan at all. I never liked Mr. Beast. I never watched him even. I didn't like the cut of his jib, but I didn't watch him. Apparently he's like basically a super villain. Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. Huge year for human rights violations. For real. All the human rights violation stands are eating good this year? Wait. What the fuck? I feel like I remember this dungeon being way longer than it actually is. Like, I feel like that was pretty quick. Given we're definitely gonna... We only have a little bit left for the section that we're doing today. I'm gonna grab some dessert so I don't eat dessert too late, and then we're going to finish this section, which leads us into what I would consider to be the spoiler part of the game. So future streams will be labeled with spoilers. Very, very excited about this. All right, I'll be right back. We're back. Was watching PBG play Zelda earlier, and he was really funny BRB. He had a really funny BRB screen. Was it? Is it still the? Is it still the old one where it's like break time and it's a little song and it's like him running around, or it's him like sleeping or something? I watched a little bit of his first Wind Waker stream. I caught the end, and then he like introduced his daughter to the stream. That was pretty cute. It's the one where he's sleeping. Yeah, I love that one. I really like that a lot of people are switching over to streaming on YouTube, because I hate Twitch. Only reason I would ever watch Twitch if one of my friends is on there, and I have some friends and I have some friends of friends that are on Twitch sometimes. So sometimes I'll tune into them. Other than that, I hate Twitch. I don't use it. I've got Joe Biden's favorite chocolate chip. My dessert. I saw that also. But Monopoly bad. Monopoly as in like YouTube having a monopoly? Maybe. I just don't like Twitch. I don't like Twitch at all. Alright. We're gonna watch this cutscene. What was the implication? Implication of what? Of the ice cream? Fell. I'm just enjoying this ice cream now. Alright. Let's watch this cutscene. This is big developments going on right now.
What a pleasant surprise. How considerate of you to deliver Maxwell right to me. Tell me, Alfred Vincent, why
How many
is it
hours
that
in?
you have betrayed us?
That's a really good
Simple.
question.
Because the truth is, I've always...
I think we're on New Game Plus time, so it won't tell us an exact, but we're maybe like 25 hours in.
despised you.
I see. So you're prepared to spend the rest of your life in Riza Maxia?
Like that matters to me. How'd you do that?
I didn't feel any spirits die. What's going on?
Eat this!
There it is! It's that spirit again!
I see, so you're Maxwell. You look quite a bit different now.
Be quiet. Who told you to speak?
Bro, abuse.
Yes, Master.
What the heck was that? Why are you taking orders from that big jerk?
It's only natural for tools to obey their wielders.
The only tool here is you! Spirits and humans are supposed to live in harmony!
My servant here is hardly your garden variety type spirit. She's actually a spyrite.
What?
We used boosters to recreate the spirit Celsius from the spirit fossil in which she lay dormant. She is the physical manifestation of a spirit art itself.
So now you're using the
crazy lore
Spyrite's
going on.
mana to perform arts?
And that's why she's a tool. Does it all make sense now?
How could you? You're despicable! So that's why you took T-Bow's data? How could you do that to him?
Little lady, I need to personally thank you for that. You told us precisely how to give birth to the Spyrites.
Bro.
And how to turn Rhizamaxia into energy. I take it those aren't tears of joy, little lady.
How can you be such a monster?
Conductor, I thought the curtain closed on your career long ago. Why insist on an encore even now?
I'll have you know that I'm as stubborn as my king, Gilland. And I'm not about to forgive you for toying with his life.
We won't lose to you. No way!
Is that supposed to frighten me? You really should know your place, boy. You don't have the power or ambition to make good on such threats.
You, of all people, have no right to talk of power or ambition. What do you know? You use them both
He's
for
just
your
being
twisted objectives.
corrupted by
I
them.
have little interest at all in continuing this conversation. But answer this one question. Do you know the difference between you and Jude?
As if I care.
As I thought. And that's exactly what makes you a fool.
The lance is spooling up to absorb more mana. Come, Maxwell. I'll allow you to live. However... the rest of you will die.
I will protect all in Rhizamaxia, people and spirits alike.
That's it, Gilland. This madness ends right now!
All right, here we go.
No fear.
Time I got rid
So you know
of
how
you
we
once
talked
and for
about?
all.
Funny.
I'm sure we must talk about this at some point on the stream. I like. There are some games that have more final bosses than regular bosses, so what counts as a final boss? I think this would count as a final boss, even though it's not the final boss. I don't know, really. She needs more magic. Magic? As they would call it, for some reason. Don't ask me.
It's time to end this!
This is like when I actually have to play the game. Because my new game plus goodies won't save me now. The animation is so long. Fuck. Come on, there we go. Jesus. Come on, give us truth. Dim!
Place absolute zero.
Damn! Good fuck though. Alright, here we go. Here we go, all the marbles. All the marbles. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. There we go, baby. Gotta get him in with the mystic art. So I didn't check
Forgive me, Master.
if Mila also has her arcane art equipped.
Don't worry.
She needs help. Bro has no TP left. You know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't actually customized skills in a long time in this game. We'll have to do that later, given the story stuff we're about to get to, and given that this boss is going to be the last thing we do for the stream because of the story stuff. I'd like to... We got him. We got this in the bag. I think we'll have to make the game harder than swords. Need some chalky moolah. The one with Leia. No, maybe not. Millock.
Power matching that of the Great Spirits.
The power of Spyrite. Doesn't matter. Gillen's ambitions end here.
Alright, so we're gonna see a big cutscene. And then we're probably gonna be prompted to save. If not, we'll see. We'll let him cook.
Just keep...
I realized that the game audio was really loud for the fight.
No, not now.
That's probably fine.
Not when we've finally created a Spyrite. Damn it.
The only thing you really want to do is gain favor with the outside to boost your influence. What's the point in making these Spyrites, or whatever you call them?
Spyrites are different from Spyrix devices. They allow us to wield incredible power without consuming spirits. Olympias is overflowing with people and technology, and we need Spyrites to sustain ourselves.
What are you talking about?
As spirits have become scarce, so has the mana in Olympias. Our world is now doomed to fade away.
So that is why you implemented the Otherworld reactor plan.
But it's your fault. For getting hooked on Spyrix to begin with, now you have to live with the consequences.
But if Spyrites become commonplace, the people of Olympias will have all the mana they need.
Isn't it a bit late for that? You were the ones who chose to rely on Spyrix 2,000 years ago.
That wasn't me!
Hey, are you okay?
My death is not going to change the fate of Risa Maxia. Our plan can proceed so long as the schism exists. Everything you've done is for nothing.
Is he dead now?
Damn.
Perhaps that was the
Bye-bye,
price he had
Liam
to pay
O'Brien.
for using Celsius.
It was a high price to pay, even for that much power.
I've been waiting
I'll
for
be
this.
taking this back. Glendoriel Savent. Goodbye, Uncle.
Oh shit.
Has everything been settled now?
You just missed it.
This doesn't feel right. Not at all.
Exodus must abandon their plans. They must be forced to, for the sake of Risa Maxia.
Right.
Good to see you all again.
Riz Maxia? Oh, 100%.
Maxwell.
There's a lot of Riz Maxing in both of these games.
Even you won't interfere here. I'll destroy it.
It hurts! Make it stop!
Did Gillen set a trap for us?
Come on! Use your arts for crying out loud!
I can't! It's far too powerful!
This is nothing I can't handle. I'll break through this heart.
Break through? That's it. Use the Lance of Kresnik. It has the power to dispel arts.
That's true.
Can we even do that? Isn't it out of mana?
If everybody here can just focus their mana into the lands, then maybe...
So you're saying we should willingly give that thing power?
It can mean the death of us.
We're dead either way. We have no choice.
Damn it! Hurry up already!
Chalky Millock has been obtained.
I can't
Epic.
take it anymore!
Get the Millock buff.
Now, Maxwell, activate the lance.
Mila.
There is no need for everyone to risk their lives.
I just remembered that I didn't put the chat on the stream. It's fine.
Don't do it! No, you can't do this!
Oh boy.
What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to stick around to help protect the world? There are still so many things left you need to do.
With the schism gone, Exodus's plan will come to an end. Isn't that right?
What? No! I want you to win! But not if that means losing you! Let it go. What are you doing? I have to save her! Can't you see? Mila's gonna kill herself! Don't do this! Please!
This can't happen! Mila! Don't do it!
Please reconsider!
You can't do this! Mila... If you leave us, then what? You can't!
You will be fine without me.
Just saw your thumbnail for
Farewell.
16 vid.
Goodbye.
Yes, I fixed it. We've seen that before.
Mila!
Oh shit! Yuze's doing some crazy shit. She fucking died. Alright, here is where we save our progress and call it a stream. So I'm just gonna stick around for a tiny bit, but this is where we're calling it off. Looks like you're being absorbed into a sinkhole in the 16 thumbnail. I'm like behind a big castle. I don't know if you can even tell. Yeah, I'm behind a castle. In the field of bigotry. Big tree, as they call it. I'm so glad I fixed that thumbnail. That should have been the thumbnail all along. I think that video probably would have done better if it had a better thumbnail. But I finally have a style to my thumbnails, which is, when I made the Xillia one, I was like, oh, this is the same as the Xenoblade one. I'll just do that for now on. So that's the style going forward. I'm excited about it. Alright, so thank you so much for showing up, whether you were watching live or on the VOD. Absolutely, thank you so much. It's been a great time. Next time we stream Tales of Xillia, it will be in a few weeks. And we'll be entering our spoiler section. As you can see, big spoilers happening right here. We're not going that far. Save the game, we're fine. Yes, so we're entering the spoiler section because the biggest spoiler of all just happened. So, yeah. Very excited for the next parts of this game. This is really the part of the game that really hit this one over the edge for me to be like this really surprising game in the series. Just, I think it's the best game in the series, like, and this section is a big reason why. So very excited to experience that, but that'll have to wait. So for now, peace.